for today. All I'm using today is a set of dumbbells and my jump rope. So if you have a set of dumbbells, go ahead and grab those. If you do not have dumbbells, that's fine. Household items will work. So grab a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles. You can fill them with water or maybe some uncooked rice. You can even just grab a couple of cans of soup out of the pantry. Also grab your jump rope if you have one, but if you don't have a jump rope, again, that's fine. You can still do this workout right along with me. We will talk about what to do if you don't have a jump rope. There are just 5 exercises. I will show them to you before we begin so that you know what's coming up and you can do this workout right along with me. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you do not need to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, you can skip straight ahead to the workout. If you do need to see the exercises demonstrated and explained, let's go ahead and get into that right now. The first exercise we're doing is goblet squats. So my dumbbells weigh 10 pounds a piece. That is a good weight for me. You may need to use something lighter or heavier. That's going to depend on your strength and on your level of fitness. It also depends on what you have available to you and how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. Now, if you want, you can hold on to just one dumbbell while you do these, or one water bottle or one can of soup, whatever you're using for weight. You could also hold a kettlebell or a medicine ball in front of you like this. You could hold some other type of household item like a jug of laundry detergent. So get creative and use what you've got. But this is 10 pounds. I'm actually going to be holding onto both of my weights for this. So I'm adding 20 pounds of weight to this exercise. I'm just holding my dumbbells together like this. So do what works for you, but I'm just going to hold the weights right in front of my chest like this and do squats. So just squat down and stand. The weights never move. That's a goblet squat. If you don't want to add weight to the squats, that's fine. We're going to be doing 100 of these. So first of all, you can start holding on to 2 weights. If 2 weights gets too heavy, you can drop one of them and just hold on to the other one. And if that gets too heavy, you can drop both weights. So again, just work to your own level, do what works for you. But if it's too difficult to do the goblet squats, then you can just do air squats, or really you can do any squat variation you want. Just make sure you're minding your form. So there are 2 little visualization techniques that I find very useful when doing my squats. So the first thing I want you to visualize is trying to tuck your shoulder blades into your back pockets. All right, so that's going to help keep your shoulders back and down, and that is going to keep your chest lifted high. That's the posture you want to start with. The second visualization technique I like to employ is this. After you have tucked your shoulder blades into your back pocket, the next thing I want you to visualize is trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. So when I do that, if I really, really try my best to touch that wall over there with my booty, look what happens. The weight is in my heels and my back is flat. That's what we want. From this position is where you want to sink down into your squat. And then I'm going to press my heels, actively press them into the ground, push the ground away, and stand. Okay? So shoulders back and down, chest lifted high, tighten up those abs, make sure your core is engaged the whole time. Push your booty back. My back is flat, weight is in my heels, sink down into your squat, and now push the ground away and stand. So I will be doing goblet squats. For my first exercise, I'm going to be holding on to 2 10-pound dumbbells. You can do any squat variation you would like. The second exercise is bicep curls. I'm going to be doing hammer curls, and that means that I'm going to start with my palms facing the outside of my legs like this, so that the backs of my hands are facing the walls over there. And I'm going to curl the weights from this position. So think of the way you would swing a hammer, and that's the way you want your palms facing. But instead of curling the weights straight up, I'm going to do cross body hammer curls, and I'm going to curl the weights one at a time. So palms are facing the outside of my legs as I hold onto my dumbbells, and I'm going to bend one arm at a time and curl the weight up towards the opposite shoulder, and then return to the starting position. Alternating sides, so each curl is 1 rep. So now the other arm, I'm going to bend the elbow and lift the weight to the shoulder on the opposite side, and then return to the starting position. just like this. You really can do any curl variation you want. So if you want to do bicep curls, you can rotate your wrists like this so that your palms are facing forward. So now my palms are facing you, and you can curl the weights straight up to the shoulder on the same side. You can do them one at a time, or you can do them together like this at the same time. You could do reverse curls. So you could rotate your wrists the other way. So now my palms are facing the front of my legs and the backs of my hands are facing you. And again, you can curl the weights one at a time from this position, or you could do both weights at a time. Okay, whatever works for you, whatever feels comfortable. But that is the second exercise. Just make sure for this one that your knees are soft. When I say soft knees, what I'm talking about is that you're not trying to actively straighten your legs, okay? So don't lock your knees in this position. Keep a slight bend to them, all right? So a slight bend in your knees. Again, make sure your core is engaged the whole time. Tighten up those abs and posture. Shoulders are back and down. So again, we're tucking the shoulder blades into the back pockets. So whatever curl variation you're doing, just make sure that you're minding your form, proper posture before you begin. Tighten up those abs, make sure your core is engaged the entire time. Next is abs. So I'm down on my mat for this next exercise. So if you don't have an exercise mat or a yoga mat, a towel should work just fine. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, like if you want to take this workout to the park or something, then you may not need anything at all. But if you have a mat or a towel, it's a good idea to get that ready before we begin. We're going to do Russian twists, and for this, I'm holding on to just one dumbbell. I have one hand on either side of the dumbbell, and I'm going to start all the way down on my mat with my legs elevated. My knees are at more or less a 90-degree angle to begin. They don't have to be a perfect 90-degree angle. I promise not to come to your house with a protractor and measure the angle of your knees. So you want to be in this basic position to start. I'm just holding my dumbbell right in front of my chest, and now from here I'm going to sit up, and I'm going to do 2 Russian twists, meaning that I'm going to twist my body thoracically towards one side of the mat, and I'm going to lightly tap the dumbbell down on this side of the mat, making sure to control the movement. And then I'm going to twist and tap the dumbbell to the other side. And then I'm going to bring the weight back in front of my chest and lower my upper body, return to my starting position. When I'm down in this starting position, my lower back is pressed into the mat. Okay, so you don't want to have an arch in your back. Do you see how I can fit my hand right underneath the small of my back? I don't want that. So when I'm in this position, I want to rotate my hips this way so that I am pressing my lower back into the mat, and I cannot fit anything in between my low back and the mat. All right, so pressing the low back into the mat. I'm going to sit up, twist and tap, twist and tap. Weight comes back to my chest, return to the starting position. Sit up, twist and tap, and return to the starting position. You could also keep your heels on the ground the whole time if that's easier for you. You can eliminate the weight and do the same exercise without holding on to any weight, that's fine. And if you need to shorten up your range of motion on the twist, if you are not able to twist all the way so that you can actually tap the mat, that's fine. You can come here, just do your best, okay? But really, any ab exercise you want to do will work, but I'm going to be doing a sit-up plus a Russian twist. The next exercise is bent over rows. So again, we are starting by tucking our shoulder blades into our back pockets. So our shoulders are back and down, our chest is lifted high. We're going to tighten up those abs. Really make sure your core is engaged. We're hinging at the hips. So again, make sure that your knees are soft. Do not actively straighten your legs. Don't lock out your knees. You want a slight bend to your knees. We're hinging at the hips. So again, you're gonna push that booty back, and you're keeping your back flat and the weight in your heels as you hinge at the hips. From this position, we're going to row the weights. And all that means is that I'm going to bend my elbows and lift the weights up to my shoulders. And then I'm going to control the movement on the way down. So adding the weight to it, I'm going to start by holding my weights in front of me like this. The backs of my hands are facing you, and my palms are facing the front of my legs. Tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Tighten up those abs. Push the booty back, keeping the knees soft. Flat back, weight in the heels. And now from here, I'm just going to lift the weights up to my shoulders, controlling the movement on the way up. And don't just let the weights drop down, but control the movement as you lower the weights back down. So lift and lower. The fifth and final exercise, again, very simple, very basic. We're just doing overhead presses. One arm at a time, and I'm going to add a little twist. So I'm going to start by holding on to both of my weights. I'm going to bring the weights up to my shoulders like this. My palms are facing you. My feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. Again, my shoulder blades are tucked into my back pockets. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high. Core is engaged, and my knees are soft. From this position, I'm going to press one weight up overhead like this. So just straightening the arm and pressing the weight up overhead. But as I do that, I'm going to twist. So I'm going to pick up the heel of this foot that's on the same side as the weight that's being pressed up overhead. So I'm going to press this weight up overhead. That means I'm going to lift up this heel and pivot that foot to the side as I lift the weight up overhead. Then as I bring the weight back down to my shoulder, I'll pivot that foot back and return to my starting position. We're alternating sides. So now I'm going to lift the other weight up overhead, and I'm going to lift up the heel of the foot that's on the same side and pivot as I lift that weight up overhead. Then I'm going to pivot the foot back and face forward again while I bring the weight back down to my shoulder. All right, so tuck the shoulder blades into the back pocket, tighten up those abs, lift the heel and pivot as you press the weight up overhead, then return to the starting position. Other side. All right, we're alternating sides, so each time you press the weight up overhead counts as one rep, and that's it. That's exercise number 5. The only other thing I'm going to be doing is jump rope. So I always just kind of jog in place like this while I jump rope, but any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. So if you are more comfortable jumping with your feet together, jump with your feet together. If you're really good at jump rope, feel free to do something more challenging. You can do high knees, jump rope jacks, it doesn't matter. The only important thing is that we are counting revolutions of the jump rope. I'm going to be doing sets of 100. So when I say a set of 100, I'm talking about 100 revolutions of the rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. You're just counting 100 revolutions with the rope. If you don't have a jump rope, first of all, you really can just pretend to jump rope. They actually sell jump ropes without the rope. It is just 2 handles that you hold on to while you pantomime jumping rope. Okay, so if you're already jumping over an imaginary rope, I really think you can do that while holding onto imaginary handles. So that is a completely legitimate option. If you don't want to do that, then any type of cardio exercise you want to do is totally fine. With each jump rope section, I'm going to be doing 5 sets of 100. So it's going to take me somewhere in the neighborhood of plus or minus 5 minutes or so. So 5 minutes of any kind of cardio exercise you want to do while I'm jumping rope will work. So if you have something like an exercise bike or a treadmill or an elliptical, you can hop on one of those for 5 minutes. That would be a great substitution. You could do up and down the stairs for 5 minutes, whatever's gonna work for you. If you do wanna take this workout to the park, if there's a dirt track, or if you have access to the field at your local high school, you could run around the track for 5 minutes. For some people, that might be 1 lap around the track. It might be 2 or 3. It just depends on how fast you run, and how long you want your cardio sections to be. They don't have to be exactly 5 minutes. If you want to stay put, you can just jog in place, or you can do high knees, jumping jacks, mountain climbers. Any kind of cardio exercise you want to do will work. You can shadow box if you have a heavy bag. I think that's such a great substitution. So get creative and use what you've got. But basically, if you're not jumping rope or pretending to jump rope, you can substitute with 5 minutes of any kind of cardio exercise that works for you. So that's it, that's all of the exercises. Now here's the format. It is a very simple format. We are starting with 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Then we're moving on to our first of 5 weight training exercises with the dumbbells. That is our goblet squats. We're doing 100 reps of goblet squats. Then another 5 sets of jump rope, and then we're moving on to our next weighted exercise, which is our curls, any curl variation you want to do. And we're just going to continue that way. So for each of those 5 strength training exercises with the dumbbells that I showed you, we're doing 100 reps. And before each of those exercises, we're doing 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and you're going to watch me do it right now. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, if there are any questions, if anything is unclear, please just ask. I'm always right here to help. So if you're unsure about the format, how everything fits together, if you have any doubt about how to do the exercises with the correct form, please just ask. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout so that you reduce your risk of injury and so that you ensure you're getting the maximum benefits out of each exercise. It's also extremely important to me that all of my workouts are accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. I'm always here to help facilitate that. So if you need to see beginner modifications or if you need equipment-free substitutions, please just ask. So now you've seen all of the exercises, I've explained the format, you know what we're doing. If you're ready to go ahead and start this workout, grab an exercise mat or yoga mat if you have one. Get your dumbbells ready. If you don't have dumbbells, a couple of water bottles or cans of soup. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, take a minute to make sure you're good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's get started. I would love to finish this workout in under an hour. That's what I'm going for today. But especially if you're working out along with the video, please remember to go at your own pace and do not sacrifice your form for speed. If you're faster than I am, that's great as long as you are not losing anything off of your form. If you find that you're racing through the exercises because you're just trying to go fast, I want you to stop for a second, take a breath, and slow down your pace a little bit and focus on your form. And if you're still faster than I am, you can always skip ahead in the video. If you're slower than I am, that is fine too. Remember, you can always pause the video and come back when you're caught up. Or if you need to take a rest break, pause the video, take a couple of minutes to hydrate, towel off, let your breathing and your heart rate slow down a little bit and come back when you're ready, okay? But just make sure you're working to your own level and make sure you're going at your own pace and that you're minding your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. All right, so we are starting with jump rope, 5 sets of 100. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're counting revolutions of the rope. So I'm starting my timer. And you're going to count 100 revolutions of the rope like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So that's my first little set of 100. I like to make a little slash so that I don't lose track of where I am. We're gonna do that 4 more times. So here we go, set number 2. If you trip over your jump rope, you do not have to start the whole set over. You can just take a breath, get right back into it, and pick up your count where you left off. But because I tripped on rep like number 20, I am gonna go ahead and start that whole set over because I would prefer, if I can, to do the set of 100 unbroken. It's up to you, but generally speaking, if you trip over your jump rope, just take a breath, get right back into it, pick up your count where you left off, okay? I'm starting over. Oh my God. All right. If I had tripped later on in the set, like if I was on rep 40 or 50 or something, I wouldn't have started over, but because I had just started, I wanted to start it again so that I could string together a clean set of 100. All right, that was set number 2. 3 more. See, that one time I was on rep like number 80, so I'm just gonna do another 20 reps. Calling that 90 and calling that 100. This is gonna be one of those days with my jump rope, apparently. All right, 2 more sets. When you're ready. Set. That was set number 5. That took me well over 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes. So I'm already off my pace, my target pace. Of course, if I can trip less over my jump rope, that'll help me tighten it up. But also, moving forward, I want to try to keep the rest breaks in between sets a lot shorter and really just do all 5 sets as quickly as I can without really pausing to rest in between. Just long enough to make my little slash, take like 1 or 2 deep breaths and then get back into it. If you don't want to break up the 500 reps, you can do just 1 set of 500. That's fine. On a day where I was feeling more ambitious or stronger or whatever, I might do that. But for today, I just want to break them up into sets of 100. That's what works best for me. If you need to break them up further, you can do sets of 50 or 20, whatever works for you. So wait for the plane. So 2 sets of 250, 1 big set of 500, 10 sets of 50, like whatever works for you is fine. And if 500 total revolutions of the rope is too many, you can cut it in half. Just do what works for you. The next exercise, or our first weighted exercise, is goblet squats, or whatever squat variation you are choosing to do. So I'm holding both of my weights. This is 20 pounds of weight. Here we go. We're doing 100 reps, so just do your best. It's 10. 20. That's 30 for me. That's 40. I'm gonna need to rest soon, but let me try to do another 10. $45. That's 50. Halfway there. So if you don't need the rest and you are able to continue without losing anything off of your form, you don't need to take the rest. Just skip ahead in the video once you're finished with your set of 100. Remember that if you started with 2 weights and it's becoming too taxing, you can drop down to 1 weight, you can drop the weights altogether. I think that I'm going to aim to do my final 50 reps in 2 sets. I'm going to try to do 30 unbroken, and then I'll take another little rest break and see if I can finish the last 20 unbroken. I'm not gonna kill myself. So if I can't get to 30 without stopping, then I'll stop, but I want to get these done, so let me see if I can do 30 unbroken before I have to take another little rest break. So if you need to rest longer, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Here we go. Picking up my count at 50. That's 60. That's 70. $75, $76, $77, $78, $79, and $80. Taking another little rest break here, obviously. I want to keep the rest break as short as I can, but also I want to make sure that I've rested long enough that I have the strength to complete these last 20 reps unbroken. So when you're ready, pick up your weight or weights. If you want to add weight, tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Push that booty back and squat. It's 85. It's 90, just 10 more. $95, $96, $97, $98, $99, last one, $100. All right, good job. Squats are done, man. I'm so far off of my target pace. It's almost comical. It would be funny if it wasn't making me so sad. Because now I'm realizing that this workout is likely going to take me 90 minutes instead of 60. But I'm gonna get it done. Let's just do our best. Before we move on to our next weighted exercise, we're doing another 5-ish minutes of moderate paced cardio. So for me, that means 5 sets of 100 with my jump rope. You can be doing 5 minutes of any kind of cardio exercise you want. But if you're jumping a rope with me, let's go ahead and get started. I'm doing 5 sets of 100, and I'm going to do my best to not trip over my jump rope so much this time, and to keep my rest breaks in between sets much, much shorter. So let me just see where I am. It's 16 minutes now, so let me see if I can finish this jump rope section in about 20-ish minutes. I mean, before I hit the 20-minute mark. All right, let's go. managed to tighten it up quite a bit. That jump rope section took me just a touch over 4 minutes, as opposed to the first one, which took me almost 6 minutes. So just taking a minute or so to recover. Our next weighted exercise, strength training exercise, is curls. So any curl variation you want to do. I'm doing these cross body hammer curls, one arm at a time, 100 total reps, alternating arms. So if you need to rest, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Shoulders back and down, chest is high, tighten up those abs, core is engaged, knees are soft, and here we go. It's 10. Twenty. It's 30 for me. It's 40, for me anyway. And for you, if you happen to be going at the exact same pace I am. It's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. I'm gonna rest for just a minute, shake it off, give my shoulders a quick stretch. Remember to go at your own pace, so if you don't need to rest, you don't have to rest, just as long as you're not losing anything off of your form. With this exercise, it's really easy to find your shoulders slowly creeping up towards your ears like this. So make sure you're periodically checking in with your body. Remember, you want to tuck your shoulder blades into the back pocket, so shoulders are back and down, away from the ears. Your chest is lifted high. Make sure that core is nice and strong and tight and engaged the entire time. Remember to have a soft bend to your knees. If you need a longer rest break, you can pause the video, come back when you're ready. Picking up my count at 50. I'll probably try to do just like I did with the squats. Split up this second half into 30 and then 20. So here we go. Picking up my count at 50. That's 60 for me. 70. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, one more, and then I'm going to take another short little rest. Really make sure also that, especially as you fatigue, you're not relying on momentum, you're not swinging the weight up. If you do that, you're liable to whack yourself in the shoulder or the collarbone, ouch, with your weight. I don't want anybody getting hurt. So make sure you're controlling the movement. I am lightly tapping my shoulder, so yes, I am touching my shoulder with the weight, but very lightly because the movement is under control. So just be mindful of your form. Make sure the movement is focused and deliberate and under control, okay? Don't swing the weight, don't rely on momentum, don't let gravity bring the weight back down, control the movement. I'm picking up my count to 80. Let's see if we can do these final 20 reps unbroken when you're ready. That's 85. That's 90, just 10 more. Make sure those shoulders are not creeping up by the ears. Keep them down. That's 95, just 5 more. 96, 97, 98, 99, last one. 100. Fantastic. Those are done. I want to check my timer and see how I'm doing on time, but at the same time, I don't know if I care anymore. As long as I'm getting it done. Yeah, I'm almost a half an hour in already. I mean, might not be too bad. I'm at almost 29 minutes. So if I can keep this jump rope section to about 4 minutes again, 4-ish minutes, I can, you know, maybe pick up my pace a little bit for the second half, and we'll see how close to an hour I can get. But at this point, I think I've kissed that 1 hour goal goodbye, and I just want to focus on keeping these jump rope sections tight and making sure that I'm really minding my form on the weightlifting exercises, and just, it's gonna take however long it's gonna take, but here we go. Another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope when you're ready. All right, just 2 more weighted exercises. No, 3 more. We've only done 2, we have to do 3 more. So for this one in the middle, exercise number 3, I'm holding on to just one 10-pound dumbbell. This is our weighted sit-up plus 2 Russian twists. Weighted is optional, you don't have to hold on to anything. I'm holding on to one dumbbell. So knees at about a 90-degree angle. Lower back is pressed into the mat. I'm holding my weight in front of my chest. I'm gonna sit up, twist and tap, twist and tap. Return to the starting position, that's 1. Sit up, twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 2. We're going to 100, so do your best. That's 20 for me. If you follow my workouts regularly, you know that I have weakling abs, and every time we do abs, I am crying and needing to take lots of breaks, having to do short little sets. So that was 20. I'm gonna give myself a nice break here, and then I'll see if I can do another set of 20 without stopping. It would be nice to just be able to continue doing sets of 20, because then I can get done in just 5 sets, but at some point I think I'll probably have to start doing sets of 10. We'll see. That's 30. Let me try to do 10 more before I stop. That's 35. Let me go for 5 more. This is so hard for me. Oh. 36. 37. 38. Oh my God, just 2 more. 39, last 12. And 40. All right. I can already tell you that that was my last set of 20. There's no way I can continue doing unbroken sets of 20. That wasn't really even an unbroken set of 20. I didn't put my feet down, but I definitely rested for a few seconds here and there. So a couple of things. Remember that if you started holding on to weight and it's getting too taxing, you can do the same thing without holding on to any weight. And remember also, like, my quads are burning like really bad. So remember that you can also have your heels on the ground for these. So you can sit up, twist and tap without holding on to any weight. You can have your heels on the ground. It'll make it a lot easier. Because we're not even halfway through with these yet. So these are gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna get them done. I'm going to, from here on out, tackle these in sets of 10. So I have to do 6 sets of 10 to finish up my 100 reps. My abs are on fire because they are weak, but oh my gosh, my quads are feeling this as well. Like, I have to get started on my next set of 10, but I don't want to lift up my heels. Like, I want to just stay like this. All right, here we go. So I am tackling these in sets of 10 from here on out. I'm picking up my count at 40. If you need a longer rest break, again, you can pause the video, come back when you're ready. Here we go. That's 49. And that's 50, so I'm halfway done. So 5 more sets of 10, or as long as I can continue with sets of 10. So one other thing, as long as I'm resting, I want to point out that I'm alternating which side I'm twisting to initially with each rep. So with every odd numbered rep, I'm twisting first towards you and then towards the gate. And with every even numbered rep, I'm doing my first twist towards the gate and my second twist towards you. It doesn't really matter because we're doing 2 twists with each rep, but it's a slightly different movement because the first twist, you're starting from the middle. And with the second twist, you're starting all the way from one side and twisting to the other and then back to the middle. So it's ever so slightly different, and I like to keep it even. So you can do what I'm doing if you want and alternate sides, which side you're initiating the twist to with each rep. So let's go ahead and start on our next set of 10, and I'll try to just talk you through it without losing count of my reps. Here we go. So picking up my count, 50. So now 51, I'm twisting to you first, then towards the gate. 52 is an even number, so I'm twisting towards the gate first, and then towards you. Odd number, and now even number, initiating the twist on the other side. So that's 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. One more and then I'm gonna rest. Since I'm only recovering from sets of 10 now, as opposed to sets of 20, I'm going to try to keep the rest breaks a little bit shorter, also because I started to make up a little time and get closer to my target pace of finishing the whole workout in under an hour, and now it's all come to a screeching halt because this exercise is taking me so long. But I've completed 60 reps, so I have just 4 more little sets of 10 to go. So when you're ready, picking up my count at 60. Five more. That's 70. Oh, my abs are on fire. Another way you could make sure you're twisting an even amount towards each side, as with regard to like initiating the twist with each movement. If it's too hard to keep track, alternating sides, you can break it up into sets of 10. So like, let's say reps 20 through 30, you twist to this side initially each time, and then with your next set of 10, you make sure you're initiating the twist on the other side. It's a small detail, so don't worry about it too much unless you have OCD, like me. But just a little something that you might want to think about. All right, so I have completed, what was that, 70? So I have to do 3 more little sets of 10. When you're ready, here we go. That was 75. We are 3/4 of the way there. 76. 4 more, and then we'll take another little rest break. 77. 78. 2 more. 79. 1 more. That's 80. Getting close. Just 2 more sets of 10. I am doing my best to keep the rest break in between sets as short as I can, but my abs are just killing me. So I'm really needing a few seconds to rest in between these sets. So if you have stronger abs than I do, and you don't need the rest, you can keep going. All right, I am going to try for another set of 10 because we gotta get these done. I have just 2 more sets of 10 left to go. So when you're ready, here we go. Pick up my count at 80. It's 85. 5 more. 86. 87. 88. 89. That's 90. just 10 more to go. I would love to be doing them now so that we get these out of the way, but oh God, my abs. All right, I'm gonna take a couple more deep breaths. Final set of 10, get those knees or legs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 95, just 5 more. 96, 97, 98, just 2 more. 99, last one. But I got it done. So just 2 more exercises left. We're getting there. First, another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. My quads are shaking. Yeah, we're getting really close to the 1 hour mark already. We still have 2 jump rope sections to go and 200 more reps. So definitely not making my goal of finishing in under an hour, but I'll just keep it as close to an hour as I can. So hopefully I can keep the tripping to a minimum with these tired legs. When you're ready, 5 sets of 100, here we go. to go by too much, but again, at this point, I just want to focus on getting the reps done and making sure they're good quality reps. So, minding my form. Next is a deadlift with a bent over row. At the beginning, before the workout, beginning of the video, when I demonstrated this exercise, I only demonstrated the bent over row. But what I wrote and what I should have demonstrated is a deadlift plus a bent over row. So all it means is that we're going to be returning to the starting position in between reps. So if you remember with this exercise, I'm starting with my weights in front of me like this. The backs of my hands are facing you, and my palms are facing the front of my legs like this. Tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Chest is high. Abs are tight, core is engaged. Knees are soft. We're pushing the booty back, keeping the back flat and the weight in the heels as the weights drop down. Then we're gonna row the weights. So bending the elbows and lifting the weights up to the shoulders. Now let the weights come back down, but control the movement. Don't just let them drop. And now from here, you're going to press your heels into the ground, push the ground away, and hinge at the hips to stand, and return to your starting position. So it's the same exercise as what I demonstrated before the workout, but we're standing after each row and returning to the starting position. Make sense? All right. So we're doing 50 reps of these. Do your best. Again, if you need a longer rest break, you can pause the video and come back when you're ready. You're just about to hit the 1 hour mark. So let's get going on these as soon as you're ready. That's 10 for me. That's 20 for me. I'm going to rest here. If we were doing 30 reps or possibly even 40 reps, I would have kept going. But because I'm pacing myself for 100 reps of these, rather than go until failure, I would rather pause and rest here because I would like to continue doing sets of 20 for as long as I can. I think that's going to be the most efficient way for me to get through these 100 reps. So taking a nice, 30-second or so rest break here. And now I'm going to pick up the weights and see if I can do another set of 20 without stopping. And I will continue with sets of 20 for as long as I can. All right, so if you need to rest longer, then pause the video, Come back when you're ready. I'm gonna go for another 20. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. All right, that was 20. With this exercise, I think it's really easy to race through it and just go through the motions. I could move a little faster, but for this exercise, I think it's more beneficial to slow down just a hair so that you can really focus on the movement. Slow it down just a little bit. Make sure that you're controlling that movement. If you're racing through it, you're not really getting the intended benefit out of the exercise. So yeah, this is for time, but with this exercise in particular, I think it's easy to rush through it and not really kind of get the most you can out of the movement. So if you find that you're kind of flying through this exercise, maybe stop for a second, take a breath, and slow down your pace a little bit. Really concentrate on slowing down that movement and keeping it under control, and you'll really feel the burn a lot more. So I'm picking up my count at 40. I'm gonna continue to try to do sets of 20. So I'm gonna try to do another set of 20 unbroken if I can. If not, I'll start breaking them down into sets of 10. But when you're ready, let's go ahead and start with another set of 20 if we can. So I'm picking up my count at 40. Here we go. That's 50, so I'm halfway done. So that was rep number 60 for me. I'm gonna take another rest break. Trying to keep it to about 30 seconds or so. I'm not actually looking at my timer. Just kind of going by feel, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 seconds to under a minute, hopefully. Because I would like to continue doing sets of 20. I think I should be able to do at least one more set of 20. Unbroken, but if I can't, it's fine. I can start doing sets of 10. When you feel that you have enough strength to continue without losing anything off of your form, pick up the weights. And speaking of form, do a quick check-in. Remember to be mindful of your shoulders slowly creeping up to your ears. Shoulders are back and down. Make sure that your knees are soft and make sure you're pushing that booty back and keeping the weight in your heels and not letting your back round. So keep a flat back. Here we go. Picking up my count at 60. Hinging at the hips. Flat back. Weight in the heels. Roll the weights. Now press the ground away and hinge to stand. That's 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. Keep going if you can. That's 70 for me. $75. So that's 80 for me. I think if I take a good 30 seconds to a minute to pause and rest here, I should be able to finish up my final set of 20 unbroken. So I have just one more set to go. Just taking a few seconds to make sure that I have enough strength to get through the set. Unbroken and with the movement under control. 20 nice clean reps. When you're ready, here we go. That's 90. Just 10 more. That's 95. Just 5 more reps and we are done with these. Let's push. $96. $97. $98. Just 2 more. $99. Last one. $100. All right. I know that 100 of those is super tough. So good job. That is our 4th weighted exercise. We have just 1 more to go. First, another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. And yeah, this is gonna end up taking me like 90 minutes. It's all good. We're gonna get it done. So, if you need a rest break, pause the video. Come back when you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my next jump rope section. So another 5 sets of 100. So as soon as you're ready. So while I'm resting, before we start this fifth and final weighted exercise, let me just tell you that when I explained the format, I think I said we're doing 5 jump rope sections. The way I have it written is actually 6 jump rope sections. So after we complete our 100 overhead presses, I'm going to do another 5 sets of 100 with my jump rope, okay? Should still be able to finish in right around an hour and a half, so I'm gonna do my best, but after this final set of weighted exercise, our final 100 reps of overhead press, if you want, you can call it a day, that's fine. But I'm gonna do one more little cardio section because that's the way I wrote it down. So that's what I'm gonna do. So when you're ready, we're doing an overhead press with an oblique twist. We're pressing one weight up overhead at a time, and we are alternating sides. So starting with the weights up by the shoulders, my palms are facing you. I'm going to press one weight up overhead, and as I do that, I'm going to lift the heel of the foot on the same side, and I'm going to pivot and face in the other direction. Then we turn to the starting position, so weight comes back down to the shoulder, and I'm gonna pivot that foot so that the toes are facing forward again, now alternating sides. So press the weight up, lifting the heel of that foot on the same side, and then pivoting the foot back to face front, bringing the weight back down to the shoulder. That's 2, we're going to 100, so do your best, here we go. These shoes are very loud. They're distracting me. That's 40 for me. So again, if we were doing a set of 50, I probably would have just pushed through and finished those last 10 reps. But because I'm pacing myself to complete 100 reps of these, I'm going to pause here and rest. Give my shoulders a few seconds to rest, and then I think from here I'm going to try to do sets of 20, and hopefully I can do sets of 20 from here on out. That would mean I just have to do 3 sets. So Again, if I get to the point where I can't do sets of 20, I'll do sets of 10, I'll get them done. But I'm definitely not gonna be able to do another 40 without stopping. So I'll make it my goal to do my next 20 without stopping, and that will get me to 60, and I'll be more than halfway through. So just stretching, loosening up those shoulders a little bit, letting my breathing slow down a little, letting my heart rate come down just a little bit. All right, when you feel that you have enough strength to continue without losing anything off of your form, let's go ahead and see if we can do 20 unbroken. So picking up my count at 40 when you're ready. That was 46. Oh my God. It's 47, 48, 49, and 50. That was 20. So I'm on 60. Really feeling those shoulders, but I think I can continue with sets of 20. At least one more set of 20, hopefully. Trying to keep my rest break short. We are almost at the 90-minute mark. But I have just 2 more sets of 20 to go. All right, when you feel that you are ready to continue, pick up the weights. Let's go for another 20 unbroken if we can. So I'm picking up my count at 60. That's 70. I'm going to try to do 10 more before I rest again. $75. That's 80. I have just one more set of 20 to go, but I might break these up into 2 sets of 10 because those last couple of reps weren't the best quality. They weren't awful, I'm still counting them, but I think that I'm getting to the point now that by the end of that set of 20, my shoulders are just so fatigued that it makes it really hard to execute the reps with really, really good form. So I think I would rather do 10 and then just take a short rest break just for a few seconds, just so that my shoulders feel strong enough to finish up the final 10 reps. Nice and clean and really, really good quality reps so that I'm getting the most out of it. I'm out here for an hour and a half. Like, I might as well not be out here just going through the motions and wasting my time. If I'm gonna go through the motions and actually do the reps, I wanna make sure I'm getting the maximum benefits out of each rep. So I'm picking up my count at 80, but I'm gonna put the weights down at 90, take a short rest break before I finish up my final 10 reps. So you do what works for you. When you're ready, here we go. That's 85. That's 90. So I feel like I could keep going, but judging by my previous 2 sets of 20, I think I'm gonna do better to take a nice 15-20 second break here before I finish up with these final 10, and that way I'll really make sure that these reps are of the best quality they can be at this point in the workout, over 90 minutes in. All right, you guys, I'm sorry about these noisy shoes. These shoes are like 100 years old, but I still love them. All right, final 10 reps when you're ready. That's 95, so we have just 5 reps left to go of these, and then we're all done. 96, 97, 98, 99, last one. And that is 100. I'm glad I took that little rest break once I got to rep number 90, because those last 10 reps were much less taxing, and so I was able to really focus on making sure that my form was just spot on and it felt much better. So just a little over 90 minutes. I didn't check my timer right as soon as I was done with that last rep, but right now it says just over an hour and 34 minutes. So I finished that much in about an hour 33 and something. Just under 1 hour and 34 minutes, so not too bad. So if that's enough for you today, I did tell you in the beginning of the workout that we were gonna stop here. So you can stop here if you want. Just do your bonus burpee. Please definitely make sure that you're taking a good 15-20 minutes at least to stretch. And then you can go have your shower, eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. If you want to continue on with me, I'm just gonna do one more little cardio section. So like another 5 minutes or so, plus or minus 5 minutes of moderate paced cardio, okay? So up and down the steps. You can jog in place, you can shadow box, you can work on the heavy bag. If you have an elliptical, treadmill, exercise bike, something like that, you can hop on one of those for 5 minutes. Or you can jump rope with me. I'm gonna do 5 more sets of 100 with my jump rope, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Here we go. When you're ready. One down, 4 to go. These jump rope sections are getting harder and harder for me. I've completed 2, I have 3 more to go. Just taking a few extra seconds to rest here because I'm so fatigued, it's just getting so hard. I completed like 10 reps into that 3rd set, so I'm not counting those. I'm gonna breathe for a few more seconds and then I'm gonna start this 3rd set over. That was set number 3. 2 more. I have nothing left in the tank. But it's just 2 more sets. So I'm gonna push through. Here we go. That was set number 4. Finally made it. Just 1 more set to go. right, that was set number 5. We are almost finished. You know that no workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee, so we have just 1 rep left to go. However, when I do a jump rope workout, in addition to my bonus burpee, I always just like to do a bonus set of jump rope. So just 1 more set of 100. It's just a little bonus, it's completely optional. The bonus burpee is not optional. The bonus burpee is mandatory. So if you want to join me for this little jump rope bonus, great. We're just going to count another 100 revolutions of the rope. If not, then stick around. You get about a minute or so to rest before we do our bonus burpee together. So if you want to join me, we're just going to count another 100 revolutions with the jump rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. All right, that's our little jump rope bonus. So now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. Here we go. When you're ready, final rep of the day. A bee flew right into my hand just as I was doing my push-up. I was like, what the hell is that? I thought it was like a seed or a pebble or something. I don't know, the birds are always leaving all sorts of crap back here, and I saw this bee like reeling from the impact. She did a few circles and then she took off, but yeah, it kind of threw me. I think it kind of threw both of us, but she's all right. With that, the workout is now officially complete, but it is Monday. So instead of a McFlurry minute, today we are doing another Monday McFlurry mobility challenge. I found another mobility challenge on Instagram, so I'm going to attempt to complete this mobility challenge, and if I am successful, everybody wins a free McFlurry. Now, this one was billed as being extremely difficult. It was labeled advanced. The caption said something along the lines of the most difficult spine mobility challenge I've ever tried, whatever. So I have to be honest, it didn't look to me like it was gonna be that hard, but I guess we'll find out together. I'm gonna try it, and I'm either gonna do it or I'm going to be incredibly humbled, because I'm gonna go on record right now as saying I don't think this looked very difficult, but it was labeled as being extremely difficult, like black diamond, just, you know, super advanced. So we'll find out together. So if you want to try this mobility challenge with me, you might want to grab a mat if you have one, if not a towel, or if you're on a carpeted floor, you probably don't need anything, but I'm going to be using my jump rope mat since I'm out here on the concrete. So she was starting on her mat, on her side. Her bottom arm was on the mat for support, and her bottom leg was extended straight. The top leg was bent, and her foot was flat on the mat. So the foot of this top leg is flat on the mat in front of my bottom leg. Now from here, she came down onto her belly. So roll over onto your belly, and you're gonna keep the feet, you're gonna keep the legs just how they are, so that when you roll over, that foot of the knee that's bent is underneath the leg that's straight. And now she extended both arms out to the side like this. And now from here, you're going to take the leg that's straight, bend the knee. And so now one foot should be under the knee of the other leg. And now you're going to twist. So I'm going to bring the foot of this top, this foot that's on top, I'm going to twist around and tap my hand with the foot, and that's it. Yeah, I was right. That was pretty easy for me. It was labeled as being super difficult, super advanced. So if you didn't get it, don't feel bad. Again, our bodies are different. We have different strengths. I think I have pretty decent spine mobility, so maybe that's why this felt so easy for me. I know I have very good hip mobility. I say that every week. I have very open hips. And I think those are the two things that you need to successfully complete this challenge. So for me, it was pretty easy, but apparently it's not for most people. But if you were not able to complete this challenge successfully, it doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because I was able to complete this challenge successfully, and that means you get free ice cream for lunch, so you're welcome. All right, now that we've done it once and we understand the movement, let's do it just one more time and see if we can get it to flow a little better. So coming down to the mat, bottom arm is on the mat for support. The bottom leg extends straight. Take the other leg and bend it, placing this foot flat on the mat in front of your bottom leg. Now come down onto the belly. Extend both arms out to the side. Bend the leg, and now you're going to twist and bring that top foot over to touch your hand. Twist back. And that's it. So that's it. Another successful Monday McFlurry Mobility Challenge is in the books. Please think of me while you are eating ice cream for lunch today. If you tried this mobility challenge with me, please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Did you think it was like black diamond level, super advanced, the most difficult mobility challenge you ever tried? Or did you think it was super easy like I did? Or did you find it somewhere in between? Let me know if you tried it, and let me know if you were successful. And you guys, that's Monday. So if you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. My final score was 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 57 seconds. So way off my initial goal of finishing in under an hour. The next time I do this workout, I will probably set my goal for 90 minutes. I think that is a more realistic goal, and I think it is doable. I will have to pick up my pace a lot, but I think 90 minutes is a reasonable goal for me for this workout. So if you did this workout with me today, please let me know how long it took you. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. You guys truly are the best, and I can't even express to you, it means the world to me. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format, if you have questions about the exercises we were doing today, any doubts at all about how to do them with the correct form, if you need to see equipment-free substitutions, or if you need help with beginner modifications, I am right here to help. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help of any kind. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, the numbers all go to 11. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, the numbers all go to 11. That is going to do it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.